Hey guys, welcome to your 9th COD or mod menu based scripting tutorials. Now in this tutorial we're going to be working a bit more on the verification, and more specifically we're going to be actually being able to verify players through the player menu. So the first thing is you're just going to want to double check your status set point line, because for me in the previous video, as you should have seen, I actually had to change the position and put a picture and some text on the top layer for the video to actually show you that it wasn't displaying properly, because my coordinates were too far right, I think, so it wasn't actually displaying it on the screen. So just make sure that you have that line or something that you know works for you, and once you've done that, then we can move on to the verification. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is in build menus. Then we're just going to want to, where we have our player menus, what we're actually going to want to do is, for the for loop, we're going to want to do the input as 91 plus I, because all of the players are getting threaded to the same player options, and then from there we have no idea what player we're actually going to be sending the options to. So if we do plus I, then they're all going to have their own separate menu, but with the same options. So then we actually know which player we are setting the options for. So with that done, then we can go down to 91, which is our player options menu. And for now, we're just going to remove kick, and we're going to put remove verification. Now we're just going to copy and paste this a couple of times, and change these to give VIP, give admin, and give co-host. So let me just do that quickly. Okay, and now we're going to want to create the functions for that as well. Make sure that you change all of the IDs, otherwise it isn't going to work. And once you've done that, then we're going to need to create the actual function to deal with the verification, and we're just going to call that verify, and they all need to thread it, so just make them all thread it, and now we'll create it. And this is going to take two parameters. We're going to put player num, which is the player number of the current game session, and verification level, for what level of verification they're going to get. So now we're just going to update PLY with get players. Now we're going to put PLY square bracket player num square bracket, so the player that we're actually threading the verify function for, dot ver level, so their verification level variable, equals verification level. Now we're just going to send them a message. So I print line, you have been given space plus verification level text plus space from, no, you know what, we won't put from. So just put that, and then self I print line given plus verification level text plus space 2 plus PLY player num dot player name. Now we're going to need to create the actual verification level text variable. So just put if verification level equals 0, then verification level text equals removed verification. No, we'll just put no verification. Else if verification level equals 1, and I really probably should have called it something a bit shorter, but oh well. Verification level text equals VIP. Then just do the same for 2, which is admin, and finally once more for co-host, which is 3. Verification level text equals co-host, and then just put else error, just in case it doesn't want to actually create the thing, because there's a possibility where it couldn't be anything, so just put that for error, even though it should never come up. Okay, so once we've got that, that should be working okay, and now actually what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to stop their menu, so we're going to put POY player num notify stop menu to hopefully fully stop their menu, and then it's gonna we're gonna want to rerun the menu, so thread init menu, and yeah, just add self end on stop menu up here as well. Okay, so hopefully now that should stop their menu, well, rather set their verification level, stop their menu, and then rerun their menu with their new verification level. And once we've done that, now we can go ahead and actually, something I've just realised is even though we're giving everyone a verification level, we're not actually putting it to use yet, because everyone has all of the options. So in init menu, all we're going to want to do is if self.ver_level is greater than 0, so if they are definitely verified, then they can run the menu. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to run the menu. And actually, we're going to want them to run setup verification anyway, so that they have the status text in the top right hand corner. And actually, we're also going to want to do, where are we? Keep on losing where we are. Where are we? Verify. Okay. We're also going to want to notify the change for them, so it updates their status text. So the changed. Okay, so hopefully that should be working. And now we need to actually send the inputs. So something that I have tried to do before, but it didn't work, but I found a different way to do it, is we can't put multiple parameters in the input the way that we've coded it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put the player num in here, so for 91 then it'll be 0, and that doesn't need to be 0 because that's only the index, not the index, the menu title. And now we're going to actually create input 2, which we'll put to use in a minute, and this is going to be the verification level. So we've got remove verification, which is verification 0, then we've got VIP, admin, and co-host. Now we can copy this, paste it twice, and now here we can change 91 to 92, and we can change the player number to 1. Here we can change the thingy to 93, and change the player number to 2. And then finally here we can change the whatever you want to call it, menu ID. Sorry, I can't multitask that well. and here we're going to change the player ID to 3. So that'll be the 4th player because it starts at 0. And now we're going to actually put input 2 to use. So go up to selected option, or option selected, and inside our level.input defined, we're going to check for a second input. So if is defined level.input2 self.cur menu self.cur opt. If it's not, then it's just going to thread it with 1, so make sure that you put the else there so that it threads it with only 1 input. But if there is a second input as well, then it's going to thread level.func self.cur menu self.cur opt level or bracket level.input self.cur menu self.cur opt. So just like 1 input, then we're going to put comma level.input2 self.cur menu self.cur opt, and that's that. So I think that's pretty much all of it finished. Hopefully it should work. If something doesn't work or whatever, then I'll come back and fix it and show you how to fix it. But other than that, I will hopefully see you on World at War in a second. Right guys, so the good news is that I've fixed it. The bad news is that 1, it's taken absolutely ages and loads of debugging, and 2, I actually can't remember what I've changed. So yeah, I'm just going to have to tell you all of the stuff that I think I've changed, and you're just going to have to copy it and hopefully it should be working. So the first thing, I believe I had the verification level check in this function just here, which I've taken out and I've put it somewhere else now because it was giving me problems with the actual functions being ran, even though that I was verified. So remove the verification level check if there was one just here. Then we had, then I also had to set up this. I had to self-thread a new function called destroy status with status as the parameter, and then create status, destroy status, function with parameter of I. Then it waits till the notification destroy status notify is called, and then it destroys the status because the text for this status wasn't updating after you changed their verification, but now it is. You're also probably just going to want to keep on checking your file against mine as I'm scrolling down, so that you can make sure that it is actually the same. Then the next thing was here on display menus I added a new self end on called stop display menus. Or actually I think I might be old. I'm not actually too sure. Just make sure that you have it if you don't already. Then we had I made quite a lot of changes to this bit just here on the verify function. I added notify ver change, destroy LMs, destroy status notify, and stop buttons. And then I made it wait half second and then thread init menu again to rerun everything. And I had to, on button listen, I made a new self end on stop buttons so that we can also restart the button listen. And I think the final thing was I moved the verification level check into button listen, so everything is actually being ran, apart from you can't use any buttons to use your menu unless you are actually verified. So this is just making sure that the verification level for the current player is not 0, so basically that they are verified. It's going to run the whole thing, and the end in curly braces just there, just above the wait statement. Other than that, I think that should be everything. If not, then let me know, and well, I don't know, just let me know and I'll try and help you out, because other than that, I don't think there's anything else that's changed. I'm not saying, obviously I would get rid of it all, like all the stuff that the changes that I made, and then record myself debugging the file. But since I can't actually remember like the actual stuff that I did, then I'm not going to do that, because I might lose it all and then have to re-debug, which will take another like ages. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Right, guys, so this is what our menu now looks like. So let me just load up the map. Okay, so if we toggle on our menu, then player menu, you'll be bar 15. Now if you click on give admin, then you can see it now takes away the menu and everything. It changes our status to admin, and now if we go on the menu, well, you can see that we still have the menu. It's the basic point of that. But now if we go ahead and click on remove verification, you can see it now says status awaiting verification, and it won't turn our menu on because we're not verified. So you can see it's fully working, guys. Feel free to support the series by leaving a rating and some feedback, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. See you.